welcome back. Hey there, it's Arkeida. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you again for sticking with me with this. I know that I was away for a while, and that was because I was dealing with a few health things that came on very quickly and suddenly, and they left me very tired and way too busy to really work on any new projects or videos, but I am fully healed and fully healthy and ready to jump into creating again. Also, I do want to add that, making these videos does make me kind of nervous. It is very weird, putting yourself out there into the void of the internet and hoping that something happens, like someone watches your video or even likes your video. But that's kind of my own mental hurdle to overcome. But in the interim, I'm just going to keep designing and creating and hoping that, I keep growing from there. I know the last time I did a video, it was a little bit different because I was reviewing a book talk event that I went to, but now we are back to our regularly scheduled creative business. So in one of my more previous videos, I was working on a gown that I was designing for an X-Men themed event that I was going to, and I realized I never showed you all the finished product, so I actually completed the dress. I went to the event, and I kind of realized that I had way too much fun at the event and was way too stressed out literally the hours leading up to the event that I forgot to take videos. But the dress is complete and I'm going to show it to you. So drum roll please, here you go. So here's me in the dress. It was fun making this, but there were a whole lot of kinks in the end, one of which was the zipper breaking on one of the test fittings that I was having a few hours before leaving for the event. It was so stressful, but thankfully I own a lot of zippers in my workroom and I was able to find one in a similar color to the gown. That being said, it all ended up holding up very nicely. I did use some double-sided tape to hold the cowl in place so that way I was free to dance and twirl the night away. And as you can see, this dress does have a lot of beautiful movement to it. I used a very soft, lightweight chiffon as well as a charmeuse lining. Next time I probably will put in a bit more structure to it, but I love the way it moved. I love the placement of the side slit, and I think it looked fun. So I guess in the end, it ended up being a very successful night because I had so much fun. The dress did not fall apart, which I was so worried about that happening. And I felt very confident and very comfortable wearing that gown outside. I'm very happy with how it turned out, especially since I haven't sewn a gown in years, and it held up really well. I will say that there was a lot of things that I would improve going forward, things I could get into if I ever design another gown, but I'm happy with it, and I think there's always room to grow, especially when you are learning and creating and sewing. So that was the first half of the video. Now we get to move on to the second part where I share some really fun and exciting news with you. It's 2023, which means convention season is back, and I am very excited to be going back to conventions again, and equally, if not more excited, to be making cosplays again. I'm a very ambitious person. I tend to bite off way more than I can chew, and realistically, I'm very busy with work. I get very busy with life, and on top of all that, I am getting married soon. Like, literally my wedding is in 2.5 months, so this year I kind of gotta bring myself back down to earth and be a bit more realistic. And realistically, I only have the time, energy, and resources to make about 3 cosplays this year. That being said, that's only what I'm creating. I do plan on repeating a couple and maybe buying a few cosplays that I can wear throughout, the easier days at conventions, because I don't think there's anything wrong with buying a cosplay versus making cosplays, so long as you're crediting whoever, is making it. Also, I'm kind of going to share all of this with you because I'm hoping that in sharing this, it's going to keep me accountable and make me stay on schedule, so that way I am not sewing up until 1 a.m. the day before my flight, or, sewing in my hotel room at the same time of a photo shoot that I'm supposed to be running, and then running through my hotel room to get to the steps so I can be at this photo shoot. We're not doing that this year. It's not happening. But I'm very excited for the 3 cosplays that I will be making, and I wanted to share the 3 ideas that I have with you. So let's get started. So first up, we have Storm, and not just any Storm, but there's so many amazing versions of her that are out there, but I will be doing the specific early 2000s X-Men Evolution Storm. And I'll show you the sketch, and I'll also show you what it looks like. Here you go. This is my fashion illustration. Be nice. It's been a few years since I've done a fashion illustration. I'm choosing this Storm because this was kind of my entryway into Marvel and X-Men. I was like a preteen when this first came out, and I noticed that a lot of my friends are kind of older, and when they talk about X-Men, like the animation shows, they talk about the one that came out in the 90s, and sometimes I have to be like, I was a 1-year-old. I wasn't watching this. I was watching the one where they had teenagers. That was the one that I was allowed to watch. But that was kind of my entryway into Marvel and my gateway into really loving the X-Men and falling in love with these characters. And I figured a really fun way to pay homage to that specific cartoon series would be great. And I have been doing a rewatch of it. I actually started rewatching it during my holiday break from work, and that was around Christmas time last year. And today is now April 29th. When this gets released, it'll be further along. But as of today, I literally just finished watching the last episode of season 4 and the last episode of the series, and it's kind of bittersweet because I realized I never watched it entirely when I was younger, and it was such a good show, and I wish it wasn't canceled. I wish it got at least one more season. But that's kind of what I will be doing this year. So you'll probably see me at one of the conventions. I haven't decided which conventions I'm going to wear it to yet, or which conventions I'm really going to yet. But that is one that I will be wearing and, taking photos in. Okay, so stay with me on this one, please. My second one is Shuri. Specifically Shuri from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. The scene where she is in the caves in Talokan, but specifically her beaded outfit. I'll show it to you here because I was not going to redraw that. I'm just going to print out a couple of images and keep them around so I have it as reference, but here it is. And that movie was so beautiful. It was so well written. It was so incredibly shot. Everyone looked great. Everyone acted amazingly in that film, and I'm just gonna ask you to stay with me. Just please stay with me. I love toxic romance. I don't love it personally for me or anybody who is a real person, but I ship Namor and Shuri. They had chemistry. They're in love. Don't tell me I'm wrong, please. Please. I know it's bad. I know he killed her mom, but they came to a truce in the end. I really feel like it wasn't supposed to happen. I downloaded the original script. I need to finish reading it because every time they had a scene together, I was just like, chemistry. And then he kills her mother, and I'm just like, you're making it really hard. You're making it really hard for the Nashuri shippers out there to justify it, but we're still gonna justify it. I will jump through hoops of fire to justify it. But I'm really looking forward to working on that cosplay. I literally am going to start probably in May because I'm going to need a lot of time to learn how to do beadwork, which I've never done, but I plan on doing it. I want to wear this outfit. I want to wear this. Yeah, so that is my second cosplay. That's probably going to take the longest, and I'll probably do bits and pieces of that in video form just because it's going to be a very long, intensive process, whereas some of the other ones are a bit more faster. And I'm really looking forward to debuting that one because it's gonna be so gorgeous and I'm just gonna take some amazing photos. I also am gonna enjoy wearing it. I will probably keep that in my cosplay like wardrobe forever. I have a lot of cosplays that I've had forever that some of them don't even fit me anymore, but they were so well made that I just keep forever, and sometimes I lend them out, but that's probably going to be one, depending on how well it's finished in the end, that I will hold on to for a very long time. And my last cosplay is a duo cosplay, which I do with my friend that I do conventions with. Her and I, we tend to do a lot of duo cosplays together. We have done Harley and Ivy a couple of times. We've done Tommy and Chucky, and our most recent and probably most famous one would be our shoot with the New York Times where we did Daphne and Velma from Scooby-Doo. But this time we're doing another really cool classic cartoon. We'll be doing Betty and Wilma from the Flintstones. I'll show you the sketch. Again, just be nice because it's been a while since I've done a fashion illustration. So this is what it's going to look like. This is like the rough draft of it. I will probably be doing this in my style, which is very pinup, very much any time between like the 40s to the 60s, circle skirt, high waist, fitted style. I'll probably do it with a few cutouts just to make it a little bit more fun, but I'll do it with a mesh insert so it's breathable because it gets hot under some of these cosplays sometimes, and we'll see how it goes. I enjoy doing duo cosplays. I think that they're really fun, especially if you do it with, you know, a good group of grounded people, because then you can play off of each other's energy, you get to laugh, and then in the end, especially if you have like a really good group of people with a really good energy, you get some of the best photos out of it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to my cosplay plans for 2023. And that concludes my cosplay plans for the rest of the year. I am both very nervous and very excited. Last year I kind of dipped my toes back into cosplay, and this year I'm gonna dip the rest of my legs. I hope I don't freeze. I'm sorry. But definitely stay tuned because next video I will be hopefully making and completing that Storm cosplay because I want to get ahead of things and make sure that I give myself enough time to finish all of this so that way I'm avoiding the con crunch. Thank you so much for staying with me and watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel. You can also find me on other social media platforms. You can find me on Instagram at ClassyRebel, on TikTok at ClassyRebel_, and on Twitter where it's kind of dead over there at ClassyRebel91. I look forward to, you know, you coming back and me creating more. Thanks again for watching. Bye.